Hello, everybody. Good evening. I hope that you all are having a blessed night. This training is not going to be too long. I just wanted to tap in with everybody, especially because I have done a few polls and I got some responses from some CEOs asking to really learn the fundamentals, like the foundation stuff when it comes down to like really what they need to start scaling, using automations and AI. So we're going to dive into that topic. If you're watching this, let me know where you're tuning in from. And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that we got this shared out to as many platforms as possible in the meantime. So comment below if you're watching this. I'm about to go through exactly what it looks like to get up and running. As you can see on the screen, it says go from chasing to scaling with AI and automation. Okay. So let me take this and I would like to share this on out. Okay. Let me put this in all of the groups so everybody gets notified. Okay. Alrighty. So we're talking about going from chasing to scaling with AI and automations. I want to open up with this affirmation. I thought this one was really, really good. And it says here, I don't even make sure I zoom in so you can see it. Okay. It says, if you've been feeling overwhelmed by tech, scattered tools, and chasing every lead, today you're going to learn exactly what it takes to simplify your business, implement systems that work, and scale with clarity using automation. So that affirmation was amazing because I talk about my story briefly. Um, but it's basically with I started off with no experience to any of this. Like I was not exposed to it. I didn't have the knowledge or information. But I did have, you know, an opportunity to invest in myself, right? So whether that was, me first starting off with YouTube and then actually hiring mentors, getting the, knowledge and training and support that I needed in order for me to hone those skills. And now, because I've gotten to this point where we do have an AI tech powered marketing agency, as well as a school community for business members, we really just focusing in on the simple steps, right? The simple steps of what it really takes to go from A to Z to get started as a beginner in automating your business, right? So let's dive into this first step, which is going to be why systems matter. I'm going to make this big on the screen so everybody can see it. So, why systems matter? CRM, right? So, what is a CRM? A CRM is a customer relationship management tool, right? A CRM stores all your leads, clients, communication, and opportunities in one organized place. Okay. It eliminates messy spreadsheets, sticky notes, and manual tracking. And if I have a slur, my face is so swollen right now. I would be on camera, but I just had a dental procedure, some surgery. So my mouth is still pretty swollen, but I just definitely wanted to, like I said, bring this information to you guys. Okay. So it gives you daily clarity. How many leads are coming in? Who needs follow up? What calls are booked and deals in progress, right? So here's the impact. Without a system, your business is going to feel chaotic. Okay. It's going to feel like you're constantly on the chase. It's going to feel like you're doing so much stuff manually where you don't have time to do the simple things in life that you may want to do. And like it becomes very time consuming for you, where a lot of people sometimes without, having their system set up properly, they start to actually dislike their business, which is unfortunate, but because it's so much overwhelmed, right, with trying to figure it all out. Um, Also, too, it's not scalable. So here's a stat from Salesforce, which is also a business tool. If you guys never heard of Salesforce, right? They're pretty large. And it says Salesforce report that companies using CRMs see a 41% increase in sales productivity and a 3% increase in lead conversions. Okay. So we're going to dive more into that, but that's huge. A 41% increase in sales productivity and 300% increase in lead conversion. So, holiday opportunity. Black Friday is coming up. The holidays are coming very fast, right? So every lead counts. You want to ensure that you have a lead capture form, right? With a link attached to it. We do not want to let any opportunity slip from our hands because we're not positioned correctly. And this is why I also love, having a CRM, because with the CRM, I'm going to show you guys here in a second. I'm able to have forms like the one I have for this actual opportunity where it has direct links, right? To where I can capture my leads information, the people that are interested in working with me. And the cool part about it is it literally goes directly into my system. So let me show you guys an example. So right here, you're going to see where it says CEO, are you ready to learn how to stop chasing leads and start scaling your business? So this live Q&A training that literally we're on right now, this link, if someone clicks this link, I'm going to show you where it takes them to. Okay. Give me 1 second. When you see the link, it literally brings them to a Q&A form. Hold on. And the Q&A form is asking for their phone numbers, first and last name, basic information, but it doesn't leave it all up to Facebook because things happen with social media, right? So anything can happen where you don't have a Facebook page, God forbid, or Instagram page, and then everything pretty much is in the air. But if you have a form like this, then it'll literally go directly there. So people who are looking to register is going to go here and it says register for the live Q&A or live coaching plus Q&A session. You see that I'm specifically collecting their first name, last name, phone number, and email address. Once they register, it's also going to give them an opportunity to check out our Ultimate CEO University YouTube page, which is very, very cool. So that is number one and key. And this is a reason why I love having, the CRM, because without this number one tool, literally that businesses they have to have, it's very hard to track and really scale. Now, the next step we're going to talk about is what your system needs. So once you get your system set up, I am going to, or I already dropped the link actually, right here. For everybody that's watching this, you guys are actually going to get the opportunity to get a 14-day free trial, which I highly recommend you check out. Get the best package, on your 14-day free trial to see how you like it. All of my 6 and 7 figure clients, they have it. I have it. We love, this system. Make sure you guys tap into it and just go in and see if this is something that you would like. But to have everything in one place is just a game changer, right? So, what your system needs for you to get up and running right now, for you to stop chasing and start attracting and scaling using AI automation. You need a pipeline setup, right? So, you need a pipeline setup. That form that they fill out that I just showed you, it has to connect to some sort of back office um, pipeline. So, the cool part about the CRM is that when you have your backend set up properly, you're going to be able to actually track what's going on in the back end. I'm going to give you guys an example. Um, this one doesn't have anything in it, so I'm going to show you this because we want to make sure that, nothing is exposed as far as client, or lead information. So this pipeline, any leads that come in are going to go here. They're going to get what they need through backend automations like automatic text messages, etc., emails. But if they didn't purchase after getting a lead magnet, right, then we have a nurture sequence set up where we're emailing them, hey, you know, make sure you check out. Hey, we're communicating with them because people forget. And especially for Black Friday, we want to make sure that we are positioning ourselves for success and having reminders set up. One of my VIP clients for our AI powered marketing agency, when she enrolled, she was like, I'm so happy I was able to get my reminder set up because I see a lot of people come to my store, but they don't have any type of back end automations at all. So she didn't have anything set up on her store to constantly remind these people. When we go to Walmart, when we go to shop with these bigger brands, they have things set up to where they know if somebody didn't check out or clicked off, and they're constantly reminding them. On average, it takes about 7 to 10 follow-ups for somebody to actually remember to do the purchase with you, to check out with you. That's just basic sales psychology. So we want to make sure that we have those follow-ups inside of the system because we want to capitalize on even doing that work. I hate to see people just posting and I'm like, wow, that's a beautiful picture or a beautiful, post, but no link to capture the information. And then really on the back end, it's so much labor when you got to do all of that manual DMing when you could have automation set up in the back office where it's going out to the people who got your lead magnet. So now you can communicate with them long term and you're really scaling and building the business. The life force of your business is going to be in that email list, in that text messaging list. When I get people to text message me, I'm looking at my messages automatically. I'm looking at my emails automatically, right? I check my emails every day. So if somebody, doesn't have at least an email marketing setup where they have a nurture sequence and they're emailing people and reminding their people who, were interested, then it's just a lot of lost opportunity, missed opportunity on the table. Um, Now to track leads, follow-ups, calls, close deals, that's what the pipeline is for. If we don't have one thing, my business partner, really helped me on is just you have to be able to track everything with numbers. I was just so passionate about the creativity, and just doing something that I love doing that it's so easy for us to get caught up and not actually having trackable systems where we can actually say, Okay, we got five people came, that came into the system, but the difference between, going off of how we feel with our business, the aesthetics of our business, and actually having a trackable system is the difference between a non-profiting business and a profitable business. Because once you're able to start bringing people in and you start saying, hey, like one of my clients, she just got three people literally within 24 hours. She just launched her funnel and got three people that's inside of her pipeline who got her lead magnet. So the next step, if it's let's say a business coach, right, and or some type of way where they're doing consultations, is going to get that call booked. If they're an e-commerce store, client, then the next step is, if they are in your store, giving them another offer. Hey, I saw that you visited our store. Here's a 10%, coupon. Something to incentivize them to keep going. We want to bring them and walk them down the entire list up until we close out, right? So it provides clarity on opportunity daily and prioritizes high value actions, because we got to think about this too. We're doing them a disservice if we're not being proactive by reminding them of something that they were interested in. If this client is coming to you, they feel like you can service them. They feel like you have the solution to what their problem is, right? Let's get back to the basics. So if we are getting people in and not serving them because we want to put that service first, right? Then that's doing them a disservice, because we're like doing all of this work, making all the beautiful graphics, posting, but on the back end, we don't have a system in place. We're not consistent. And even if you are, let's say, doing really well, which a lot of my clients come to me, 6, 7 figures, they are doing pretty well. But without that extra piece, that next step, it's not scalable. It's not scalable because sticky notes here, this person's supposed to be followed up here. Not only is it draining us mentally, right? But also too, we got to think about the most valuable thing that we have is our time. So, and that's something that we cannot get back. So, we're putting all of that energy out. We want to make sure that we can really utilize our system to the best of our abilities, and we're maximizing every opportunity that we have. So, automatic follow up. Then automatic emails, reminders, and nurture sequences, which we just touched on, right? So making sure that we have that set up where we're not having to rush to text somebody back because we have automations in our system. This is another reason why I told you guys to go follow me on Days of Phillips Coaching and follow my business pages, because they allow you to do automations off business pages and not personal pages. So what that means is I can automate my entire DM process. And don't get, when you think about automations, don't think of it as robotic. Like, you make your automations in using Chat GPT, you can make them very natural, very warm, okay? But being able to just at least have them fill out a form where you can follow up inside of the DM is a game changer. Lastly, AI powered automation, right? So generate content, emails, social posts automatically, and you're going to save hours. So right here, right? Let's go to back to the system. So you're able to really scale using AI automation even through content. And this is another reason why you want to make sure you have your business pages set up properly. So if I go over here to marketing, I'm going to share my screen so you can see the back office. But if I go over here to marketing, you can literally schedule and create posts directly in here, reply to comments, see all your stats, and so much more. This tool right here, just by itself, used to run me almost $100 a month just for scheduling posts. So, and the reason, why that's, I would say it gets very expensive, is because when we think about that time, and being able to really be strategic. See, when you can step outside of the business and start to be way more strategic by looking at your analytics and saying, okay, my people really like this type of content. I'm going to make more of this content because I see that my numbers are saying that. And then you pull back, you go inside of Canva or utilize the Ultimate CEO University, where we have done for you, ready to go templates that you can edit and just, brand as your own and schedule them out to post. And that right there alone is going to save you so much more time. So these are, I would say, some of the top steps to take when it comes down to starting to automate and scale your business, especially for this up and coming season. Now, like I said, I use this system. Me and my 6 and 7 figure clients use this system. Make sure that you guys get access and you try it out. If you are somebody that is looking to work with me one on one, where you're looking to just be a VIP client, we are taking on more VIP clients for our agency. I'm going to drop the link inside of the comment section, but I highly recommend you at least start off with the community, because the community is going to be very, hands-on. It is very hands-on, and it's for business owners. We're serving business owners who are ready to go from manual to incorporating and integrating automations and AI in their business, making it easier to do, social media marketing, sales, understanding, really how to utilize that system to get the best results, AI plug and play funnels, and so much more. I'm going to drop that link for you guys if that's something that you think you want to move forward with. If you have any questions, let me know. And yeah, comment below your biggest takeaway from this training. I'll talk to you guys soon.